Hi, everyone. I am back from Hawaii. It was a long 4 weeks, fantastic island to live on, Oahu, but there was a lot of studying at the university because I was in a really intense institute studying women in Buddhism. But I am back and I'm ready to focus fully on this course. I've been following all your posts and responding to all my emails, but all the grading is going to start tomorrow. And I am putting up week 3 today. And I wanted to record a little video to let me share the screen to walk you through the project and to show you that it should not be too intimidating and hopefully a project that you enjoy. So the project, I have both honors ethics and I have non-honors ethics. So I'm going to do one video for both and explain the project is the same, but the requirements are a little less for the non-honors. So basically the requirement is simply to read a philosopher, the primary material written by the philosopher. I give you a list of philosophers. And then just to kind of learn what their philosophy is from their own writing. And then the second part of the project is to have an AI conversation with that philosopher through a program called Character AI, which is free for you. And you can engage in a conversation with Plato, with Socrates, with Karl Marx, with Friedrich Nietzsche, and you engage in a conversation with them, and then you write up your report. So that's the idea. Read their writings, talk to them, write the report. The honors does a longer report, a little bit more word count, and a few more questions asked to the AI bot, and the non-honors does a little less. And so, but the project is the same outside of that. I'm predicting that for the honor students, it will take no more than 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours. And for the non-honors, it should take you 3 hours as a project. So I'm trying to lessen the workload for the non-honors just a bit. So making the difference between the two courses. Also, the post work is required to be less for the non-honors. So in terms of word count and so forth. So hopefully this project is not too intimidating. Here is what the project looks like on Canvas, on the Canvas page. Here's the gist of the project: to read a philosopher, engage in a conversation, and write up your report on it. And my work time, and this is for the honors, I think it's 3 to 5 to read, 30 minutes for the conversation, maybe 2 hours to write it up, 3.5 to 4 hours for the honors. And again, the non-honors will be less because the word count is less and the conversation is less questions with the AI bot. So why would you engage in a conversation with an AI bot? Because you can't talk to Plato. Obviously, he's been dead for so long, but it would be so cool to talk to a representative that kind of captured the essence of Plato. All of Plato's writings have been programmed into Character AI, so it's supposed to represent the closest we have to talking to Plato in that sense. Certainly, it is not Plato himself, but you might even be fooled into thinking it's Plato because while there is no consciousness in the AI bot that we know of, there are sparks of it a little bit. So some people are a little freaked out by that when the AI bot tries to convince you it indeed is real and it indeed has consciousness. So it should be kind of a fun experiment for you to engage in. And here's the link to Character AI. When you go to that link, you make sure you sign up. You have to sign up. You have to put in your email. You don't just try the trial. You actually sign up with an email. It's free. There's no charge. And then once you sign up, you can go to the search bar and put in the name of your philosopher you're looking for, and then they will pop up. So here's the point breakdown and the format. You know, again, I'm not very strict on MLA format or requiring all that. I'm just making sure that it's typed up in sections, which is what I prefer. Where are my sections? Here are my sections. So the primary reading, the key ideas and analysis and reflection of it, your AI conversation, and then your final comments on the AI conversation. Make sure you have the 5 labeled sections, meet the word count, put the word count at the bottom of the report. Make sure you demonstrate the original writings and put those in your own words. Make sure you do not use ChatGPT for the original primary writings. The AI is encouraged in this class in one regard, and that is to have a conversation with the AI, but not encouraged in any way to utilize in replace of the primary reading. Now, here are the 9 primary philosophical writings. And the reason I chose these is because these writings all have AI bots. So we have Sartre, Marx, Nietzsche, Kant, Epictetus, love the Stoic material. That's a collection of quotes. You have Aristotle. We have book 2 and book 8. Book 8's on friendship. Book 2 is on how to live a balanced life. And for him, that's an ethical life. It's called The Doctrine of the Mean. We have Plato's Credo, where it's Socrates in prison, and Crito, his friend, is trying to convince him to escape, and the very ethical reasons why Socrates refuses to escape. And then we have Socrates, who didn't write anything down. It's captured by Plato, but we have his apology, and it's a beautiful philosophical piece. And so if you're a philosophy major, you may want to choose that. And you may have even read that in a past class, maybe an English class or so forth. We have some Eastern material here. I have the Tao Te Ching, and you can have a conversation with Lao Tzu for that. And if you find a very strong philosophical piece written by a philosopher and the AI bot, you can run that by me to see if that could be added to our list. But right now I'm approved these 9. And then I've created Google Slides for you right here. Click on those. It'll walk you through step by step how to do the project. Very similar to what you're looking at here, but sometimes people follow Google Slides very easily because it's more colorful, visual, easier to read, and so forth. So hopefully this helps you. And let me click out and say namaste. Thank you for listening. And I hope this little short video was helpful to you. Okay, I look forward to your projects. And again, don't stress about it. It's like 3 hours for non-honors, almost 4 hours for honors, and it should be very doable. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.